Okay, let's start to play. We can bring the knight and castle and rook e1 somehow. Hello, Bolafish. How are you, bro? Okay, let's be sure everything okay and start. Well, good job. If anyone wants to play, tell me about it and send me challenges. Now, what should I play? Bishop f5 or g4? Just g4, if I bring, he will protect the knight on f3 very good, so I don't think we can do something about that, right? I can even take and this c3 pawn will be very weak and no, my rook can work there great. Okay, knight is coming on that c4 and probably take the bishop. Now he needs to take with the opponent. You know, his pawn structure will be destroyed, his king side will be a little bit weak. Okay, Bolafash. After this, I'm waiting for your challenge. Okay, c3 is defended. If I know I will bring one piece and take c3, probably I would do that, but you know, take the bishop and because he moved his pawn on g3, that's not good to take with f2 pawn, right? Because now he has very much weaknesses on his position. Knight g4 attack on e3 or knight e4 attack on c3. Okay, got it. Here's rook e1, yes, but I believe he can defend c3. Just how can? Rook e1 would protect e3, that's why knight g4 should be. Just I will say inaccuracy and lose the tempo. And now c3 is under attack, and how can I take that? Okay, what he's doing his knight? His knight is doing nothing, but his rook is his rook has really great attack there, and bishop g6 or e6, probably e6. Ah, you know the idea. What's that? The idea probably to take the knight and protect his pawn on c3. Yes, really great idea, but his white square bishop is doing really good job there. If we not take, that's even not a mistake. I'm gonna say his bishop can be more valuable than the knight and his pawn on c3, but let's see. Okay, let's take with the rook because the difference is another pawn should be under attack, if not just not takes that should be attack anyway with another rook. Queen g5 to bring more pressure there, and I believe my pieces are hyperactive. Somehow there will be a time that he can't defend all that, right? Okay, let's be sure we're not blundering anything, and he hasn't any checks after that. And only c file is open, and that's why I bring my rook there, and that's doing really a great job on his position. Even rook c8, somehow rook c2. A pleasant gain the second rank can be worked. But now let's wait. This is under attack, right? I can even sack the knight take with a rook. Queen to d2 takes. Rook e8 check, king h7. This pawn should be under. This bishop should be under attack, but I believe he can defend. Where can I move the knight? If I move, for example, f6, he can't defend this or not. Oh, rook f3. What if I sacrifice there? I don't believe that's gonna work. So let's play a little bit simple. What's my idea there? How I say it. Rook on c2 just kick the queen in a very bad square. We will see where. f7 isn't under attack, but you know that's weak pawn. Somehow some attacks can work there, but f5 I believe, and this knight should be overprotected, and you know this pawn chain will be really good protectively when we are talking that he's trying to attack on my position, right? Take, rook takes. But let's don't forget that b5 is hanged too. I can even take a3, but all this game is going on the king side, and I'm trying trades king h1. King h1, knight checks. I think I would win like that. Okay, not now, but what's my idea there? Rook c2 or rook c3? Rook c3 will be really complex, but I don't know. Probably we need to cut from his king from that second rank. Okay, trades. I think after the trade he will lose there. Okay, that's not a problem for me. I'm trying some trades there, but what if I take and queen d2, I will attack on the rook and I will attack on the bishop at the same time, and you know bishop takes will be made there. How can protect all that pieces? I'm up nothing there, so I don't think I need that some trades. How can I get out from here? Okay, what if take, because this second rank is mine anyway. Let's take this pawn and okay, bishop takes. I believe that should be at least draw. That's completely equal position, but I have positional advantage. For example, this h2 pawn is gonna lose, and that should be mate if you not do anything. Okay, mate from h1, and that's very tricky. Just he's king in a very bad position there. How can I make advantage? Just I'm trying to trick and some checks. Okay, let's sacrifice the rook on g2 and take another one. My rook is don't let for him to support this pawn, and I can bring my king closer to pressure on this pawn and that can't go and make some progress there. And my pawn is doing a great job here. Probably he will try to reputate this position. I won't let him do that. King e2 and rook e4 won't work out, you see. That's probably why rook c1, and if it needs rook d8, but now his king is cut from that pawn, and even some rook trades, I will win that, right? Okay, that should be pawn trade because somehow he can't defend. And I'm gonna have one pawn against, 2 pawns against his one or not? Then what about king f6? Okay, how that could happen? I moved and I lost on time. Very bad, I didn't think that's gonna work there. Okay, anyway. Let's play Sicilian one more time. French Sicilian, right? Okay, C-time pressures can change anything, everything there. Bishop check, knight c6, I believe should be the best move, and some trades. Your pawn is going to be double, but it's not easy to double that because you have really great center. Right needs to kick your pieces back and trade your central pawns, and don't let you get very much advantage there. a6, I think the best move probably because I was trying to go queen c7 and create this diagonal. Knight b5, I will lose the bishop. That should be trade, but I am saying that should be loose because my bishop is great there, and I closed every square that his knight can jump. And jump probably a4. Okay, even I'm opening the bishop and I'm closing a4 because somehow knight d5 can jump and make some trouble because on c5 he has very great protection there. If trades, bishop b7 will be hilarious piece. Okay, bishop b7 right away after this trade, d5 should be protected. If he takes, he will have this passed pawn, but I actually will have that really great bishop on b7. Okay, I'm still waiting for the trades, but I would like to bring the queen, but where can I bring my knight? Queen takes and my knight will be blocked there. That's why I choose to take with the knight. Can I trick him or not? Now 94 is coming. Okay, 94 trades. His knight on f3 will be under attack, and somehow I can suck the opponent open this diagonal for my bishop and bring the queen. So his white squares aren't defended very well. Okay, let's see after this. If g5 would be protected, knight g2 and e3 should be the best move. Because, I'm opening this diagonal and trying to mate. Now he's closing, but that's really aggressive move. I don't recommend anyone who wants to play that. Because, he has very, very much weaknesses in his position. And now I will try to win this. But what should I play? Let's think about that. Okay, bishop b4 even if they were protected won't work. Let's think another one. I can't take, right? I mean I can, but that won't help me. What if f4? f4 if it takes, my position will be great, but g4 I believe, okay, place and e3. I have really great pawn structure, and even I'm opening this diagonal, which I'm trying to use as some mate ideas and some other bishop back to attack on the knight. Okay, why not? My bishop now closed, and that's not doing anything on that diagonal. I need to go queen where? Probably c5. You know why? Because I am keeping pressure on this pawn, and his knight needs to jump back to save that, or even forward, I don't know. But I believe this pawn on d5 will gonna lose. Even queen h6 if I try more creatively, but what should I play after that? Knight a5, can I sacrifice or not? Because that will attack on my bishop and trades. My queen should be loose after that. He will sack the rook there. Okay, his knight is doing great job, so I will say that's main defender for his king side. That's why I'm sacrificing it. I would like to bring the rook. I can even take d5, but because now he can't protect this pawn somehow, that should be lose anyway. Trades. Not sure I need to do that or not. Okay, my queen is great here. I think I can even keep it, but that won't be bad if I get some advantage. Rook f1 to not lose that, but his pawns are gonna lose, and no, really great diagonal I'm going to open. Is this pawn can make trouble for us or not? Anyway, let's bring the king or not. King f8 is 7 and I can't protect, right? Rook here trades and bishop back. I think that should be only idea. Now I have 2 pawns and bishop against this one rook, which sounds great. Yes, my position is very good protectively if I somehow can't win. But let's see. What if I suck the bishop takes? I can't push that past pawns, right? But I would get 2 past pawns. Back. Okay, let's see what should I play. I'm not sure. I need to sacrifice there. Which bishop should we choose to lose? Now let's think about that. Where I blundered. Okay, let's take anyway. But he can make a new queen and, should have blocked rook with bishop on d2. Bishop d2, he would make a queen there. Surreal sum. And in this position, yeah, probably Okay, this position I missed that. Should be nice idea. Yes, I believe I missed that. Thank you for that. The order should be really high for not high stat. Okay, I can create this pawn chain to try to defend my position somehow. If I take f5 should be lost. f4. I will let him to take that. But you know my pawns are great. Can I some counterattacks before trading rooks? Yes, you're absolutely right. Because I have only dark square bishop, my attack on d7 will be only with a king. That's the worst part, and another worst part that his bishop on light square is protecting these white squares from my pawns to go forward. I don't know, even my king is cut off from the d5, which I would like to push there and help my queenside pawns, but the only good part that this diagonal is very well protected. So I don't know, probably we need to bring these pawns like these pawns because this white square bishop can be really tricky and try to take these pawns. So we don't need to let him. Okay, let's believe he can't go forward, and king e4 f3 looks a little bit good. Even if king go closer, bishop b6 will sacrifice, but for that he needs very much moves. I don't think he will do that plans perfectly, even if I don't move my bishop. King e8. Okay, he needs 3 moves to make a queen, but how much moves I need? e2, rook e1, and yeah, what should I play? I don't know. e2, rook e1. I will lose that, right? Because f2 won't be possible. e2, rook e1, king f4 takes. I need to take the bishop. King here, f2, make a new queen. That should be great, you know. Probably I can win this if I bounce too much. Rook e1 here. Or even, you know, he can take the bishop. King f4 or even e3. Okay, let's go. Oh no. Here he can't make. Okay, let's save our bishop because the difference if he makes new queen, we will take that, right? Just I was trying to sacrifice my bishop on d8 because you know king takes and he needs only 3 moves to do that, but not in this position. Okay, in the next move I will sacrifice the bishop if he wants to get a new queen, which will be temporary, you know. And king d2 is coming. Somehow we can't protect these pawns. Okay, f5. f5, g4. But why he lost that pawn? Okay, that should be at least draw. But I have 99% chances, so I will win this, right? Okay, let's not go c4 right away, because c4 push that pawn forward, just bishop e6, and this pawn on a2 should be defended. I would like to save at least one pawn to make a new queen. Here, bishop f5. How should I do that? I can't even push that pawn because, you know, making a queen trades and his king will be really close to this g pawn. That's why I'm trying to, you know, force him to move his bishop. Even king d3. Oh, okay, he can't reach my pawn. My pawn is so faster, and his bishop can protect all these 2 pawns. That's why I said I need some extra pawns there, and why my bishop and 2 pawns was really great against his rook. So there were a position there, I was down a full rook. See in this position, and I say that My pawn structure is really good defended because on dark squares he can attack only with a king on and with a rook. So you know he can't trade that. Okay, takes, I will make a new queen and yes, he played great. Just I'm up 1400 waiting from him, but he played great. I haven't words. Okay, king move and some attack there were so you know that's not that much easy to win, but I believe if I keep my king and queen in white squares, I will win this, right? Okay, let's bring our king closer and force him to go corner. Okay, he loses his bishop. Bishop d3, bishop e2 doesn't matter. I will take that. Okay, great game. I think we played perfect. In that end game, right? I blundered in that middle game or opening. I don't remember, but you see, in that end game we take a win from him, and that's Primoz which leading to mate. Great game was. Who wants to play? If anyone wants to play, send me challenge. GG bro, you played great. If you want, we can play a match. I was so close. Yes, you were so close at the time. Well, let's start another game. These moves that I like to play. Even c6 right away. Get some trades and then d6. Okay, it doesn't matter so much. Bishop e7, probably forcing to take with h6, just everything can be. Okay, that's great. I'm opening this diagonal for my bishop and you know that's why e takes d5 is more complicated than c takes. The other pawn. What about other pawn? Okay, I would like to bring my knight on e4 somehow, but still I can't. Here's I don't know, bring the queen on b6, just have really great attack on that b file. Then, and I need to move my knight. Okay, knight takes c5, he can take, and you know my pawn on d5 should be hang. That's why we need to take with the bishop. And if he tries some sort of forks from knight d4, knight a4. Okay, probably queen or bishop check and get out from here, right? But because he plays a3, the idea is before or knight a4. I'm not sure. We will see that. What if I get this trade and sacrifice the pawn? Or even the bishop? I'm wondering some sort of sacrifices, but you know he has very much pieces and it's not easy to break his position. What should I play? Okay. I would like to bring the bishop, but where can I bring my knight? Probably rook e8 and knight e4 is possible. Let's don't worry about this knight on f6 because that's defending with a queen and I don't need to just open my king side, you know? Okay, everything is still defended. Am I gonna lose a material or not? Okay, even queen is attack which I missed. Can I get out from here or not somehow? Okay, let's accept our fate. Let's keep defend the knight and now it needs to us just attack on his king side there. How can I? Okay, let's first kick his pieces from our sides and no, my light square bishop on b7 should be great, that was the idea, and when you are seeing open files, just bring the rook. That's one of the rules in chess. Queen d6, knight e4. Right, somehow I'm trying to open this bishop because he has a little bit light square disadvantage there. Okay, what should I play? queen to d6 probably. How I said, bring the knight, rook takes, and I will open this king side and I would have really great pressure there. If anyone wants to play, send me challenge. If anyone don't want to play now, follow my channel to not lose me. We will play one day, okay? When you want. Okay, see, I still keep blundering, I don't know why. Okay, 94 or h5. Let's see. I can even try to push this pawn, but the first thing that I would like to do to open this bishop. Because G2, A4, F3 isn't that much defended. Okay, that's not leading to mate, but we need to keep with the bishop. H7 is also protected. Okay, take pawn take to not lose the rook from c7. And that should be a really great position. If we are speaking about some attacks, right? Even bishop sacrifice, and if my rook were on g6 should be great if I somehow can bring that there. Okay, that's under attack, I can't move because I will lose my bishop. Okay, let's try to sacrifice that. That's our last brief. Let's see can it work or not. We can still try to do something in his position. Rook takes, queen g5. Yes, at the time he can take the bishop, which I think my bishop is more valuable than the rook. So rook takes, queen g5 is coming, and because g2 would be very undefended, I would like to bring my queen somehow from f3, but that's defended from another figure, right? Queen g3 we can resign. If not, we will try to attack in his position, somehow try to make some progress. Okay. Because he's forcing trades, what should we do in this position? Okay, let's play another game here. If you want to play, send me friend request and let's play. We can play Varna Gambit, we didn't play so much time. But I like that Gambit. If anyone wants to see that, I will show you. Let's bring the bishop because, I like to bring my bishop on f3. Because that's will defend very much position. Okay, trades, and let's be sure I don't lose this pawn on d4. Okay, split Scandinavian defense, and probably he's trying to get that queenside castle. And let's be sure we are not plundering anything. c4, move the knight d5. Should be great, sounds great. Anyway, okay, I don't want to lose my bishop, but also d4 pawn is more valuable. You need to keep your central pawns, which is protecting very much squares there. Okay, that's with a check. His knight is under attack and we are gaining more space there. What about knight d4? Okay, queen is under attack. He isn't bringing very much attack, f3 was defended, that's why I moved my knight on d2. Because that's a pin, I would like to keep my knight defended, which you see was very great. Okay, I'm attacking on his position and I believe I can bring huge attack over there. If bishop takes... Okay, he really did it. What if bishop f4? Let's try to attack on the queen and somehow some moves that I can make progress here, right? Okay, 1 minute please. What if I take the opponent's... Okay, that's made red, which I missed. Okay, if he calls bishop back, a7 will be lost. And because I will take a7, I will force his king to go on d7, and that should be center. That's why that's really aggressive when you are castling long. a7 is hang. And actually the bishop, because I cut from that made threat, and actually that was pin. To get out from here, and a7 is hang, bishop is hang. Don't know which one he will choose to defend. Okay, f3. Okay, probably he blundered that. I thought some sort of bishop h5, probably. Can I close his bishop way and he can't get out from here, right? And rook c1 is coming. If he didn't think something, for example, f4 to sacrifice the opponent, his queen should be defending. I will take that bishop because, that's blocked with his own pieces, and actually my pieces are defending all that white squares. Okay. f4 I will take with a queen, and mate threat will come. He's still protecting the bishop, but that should be temporary because bishop f5 somehow can't work. Why not? I don't know. I'm not sure he can't move his bishop back, but I'm still trying to pressure that. I have really great pawns, and here's rook takes. Okay, let's trick him. If he takes the pawn, queen c4 is coming, and I will take one of these pieces. And if bishop back c6 or d6, d6 straight. Okay, he's protecting 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, even 5. So let's go c6 right away. I'm forcing him traitor. If not, okay, I will take that. I will save free pawn because if he takes his position, will be more worse. Queen c4 should be great move. I am trying to mate from c7, and actually his rook is under attack. He's using my pawn as defender for his position. Okay, you can, why not? His rook is under attack, and that's why I'm trying to mate. Rook d7 can be, but I have 3 attackers on there. Can I sack the queen there or not? Takes, and how can I take? Rook takes? Okay, let's not take a risk and take with the bishop because what should he place? Okay, he will get mate after some moves, but how? Okay, queen takes, I will fork. If not, king c8, I will mate. Okay, I don't think I could win that with mate, but we reach endgame, which I think he should be better if his dark square bishop and rook should be active, but because that pieces aren't active, we will try to win this because I have rook and pawn against his 2 bishops, which that isn't easy. But I will try to keep pressured, and that shouldn't be so easy for him to bring his pieces attack. Okay, another good move he could try to play, which I will say he tried for sure. Or can take my rook, which should be free at the time. Rook e1. Yes, rook c2 can be moved probably, but I am pressuring this pawn. And somehow bishop g5. Okay, what should I play against that? I would like to go g3 and h4, but my inside post, I need to push that. If some pinning ideas, g3 will be move anyway. And because I have this pawn's advantage, I would like to push that. And we don't need to lose the tempo. So at the time, we will give some opportunity to him to bring his pieces more complicated squares and protecting these pawns from moving forward. Okay, I believe he's losing some tempo there. Still, I'm not sure, but I have some feelings because checks, you need to bring your king in the center, and if not center, to help your pawns to go forward. Which now I'm trying to do that idea. b5 rook takes b6. I will bring with a tempo, but I don't know. Am I need to protect my position first or not? I will lose some tempo there because rook b3, a3 just. That's a little bit slow. Is it a good or not? I'm not sure because probably that can be tricky and some mating ideas from him, but because this e-file is still protected from my rook, I'm not worried about that. I was trying g4 some trades there. Okay, we have still another opponent. His time is very low, so we can try to trick him somehow. His time go lower. I think d2, rook f4 should work and... Ah, okay, I missed that idea. I forgot his rook is defending that area. Very bad I lose the rook. See, just one move can change anything and bishops are so tricky like the knights. Galicia. What is that country? My opponent is from there. Who knows about this country? Galicia? If anyone wants to beat me, yeah, I'm losing. You can send me challenge from just.com. Why he sacrificed? He sacrificed the knight for no reason. Is he from Mars? Okay, thank you for that. It was almost 1600. Anyway. Okay, what we have English opening, right? That's why it looks like Sicilian defense, it's white pieces. So I know how to play against that. His bishop on this diagonal doing a great job, that's why bishop d6. And okay, trades. My pawn on d5 should be lost, that's why bishop e6. In this position I would like to play a6 because if his knight jump I will lose the bishop from here. Which I don't like to lose that bishop which is hitting on his king side. And in most of positions I would like to attack on his king side, which is attacking on king, 90% players in this position will castle on king side, which is more safe. Probably bishop back and some knight jump ideas. Not sure, we can even try to take the bishop. Okay, very bad square for his bishop, but probably somehow queen comes after a3. Should be great, I'm not sure. I would like to go c5 and get my rook active there. But c5 this will be open also for his queen and bishop takes, he will remove one of the defender from d5. Very well, Berchan. Bounces. Okay, I can go g5. Ah, okay. I missed that. I didn't think that why he needs to do that. Very bad was, right? I knew the idea that I said that he's gonna queen c2 and queen d3 somehow, but just that's a miss. I knew he was gonna do that. Why did you put your knight in front of your c-pawn? What should I play else? Okay, I believe c6 is on move because all that squares are defended. This is closed. So c6 is only way I could do. If you are talking about knight e4, just I'm trying to get some trades and keep this position, even f5. Just f5 idea, and if he takes, my pawn structure will be great on the center. That was the whole idea. Okay, why is he double his pawns? Not sure. Okay, let's attack on the queen, and actually e5 is hanged, that's why he doesn't need to create this isolated or double pawns. Okay, attack, and I'm trying to take e5. In the next move I will take, And this d file is open, I'm getting really great activity, which We can't say about his position for sure because, bishop is closing the rook, and somehow if it weren't happen, just my knight will take the bishop, if you remember that position. Okay, let's trade the bishops and take this pawn. I will try to bring the rook somehow. Queen takes b7. Okay, still he isn't doing. Needs some trades because he's up a piece, right? And what should I do? I don't get that trades because, I'm down a figure, so I'm trying to bring my rooks in a really good squares there. Queen b7, I will kick the queen and, rook b6, that should be up a tempo for me, but lose a pawn. But I like more figures. I like more activity than some figures and pawns. Well, he's trying to fork. King will be the greatest defender for that. I would like to have this d-file, but this d1 is very good protected, even some pinning ideas won't work. Even c6 to cut his queen from that diagonal. I would like to bring my rook on g6. Why I push that pawn on g6? Okay, knight back, he's losing a tempo, which is really good because if we be fast enough, we would have enough chances to win this. Rook f6 is kingside is very weak actually, these 2 pawns on dark squares. f7 he's trying to take. Okay, I think he hasn't really great endgame skill stats. I think I can trick him somehow, but that's still unclear. Okay, queen a5. I'm sacrificing this rook, and that's not ideal. If I take f2, king h1, I will sack the queen, and rook takes f1 will be made. If not, his rook is hanged. Rook d2, okay, only defended. That's very pity his rook on b1 is defended. Otherwise, I would mate there. Let's put pressure on his rook. That's sacrifice. That should be second sacrifice on my position. Takes, that should be some mating idea from f1. Let's see, can I do that or not? And as white, probably rook d1. Yes, that's probably should be one of that moves that will protect his position and actually not lose this rook on d2. Let's see this. Great, and even knight is defending b1. This knight is doing really great job on his position. Can we remove that? Okay, even rook on this file he can't take. What should we play? Rook d3 he can't take. That looks like 500 rated blunder mistake, but no, really. I'm trying to mate. Well, now that's under attack. I can't say anything. Here's defend. Oh, okay, not. I will take f2 and then the rook. Okay, that was really tricky. Even some seconds I didn't see that. Okay, now that's free. Probably we are going back to the game, and I like the structure that he has. Because in that structure, that's not hard to check with the queen and make a draw if it needs. But I'm bringing really huge attack on his position. I don't know why he's missing some pawns. Even b2 is hang. b2, the knight, this pawn should be hang too. Follow, don't forget to follow me to not lose my streams. I'm doing streams every day. Okay, queen back also support the rook because somehow rook f1 ideas. Well, he plays that, but I'm not losing. Is there some trades there? Okay, we can trade, and because we have some pawns that should be really dangerous in his position, we are not that lost there. Let's see, let's push our king on that queen side to make some trouble. If not, just have this center. And his king can't go forward just so fast, I don't know, my king side is defended very well. Actually, I can push my king there, but, for him that should be really easy to defend king side. He needs just only 2 moves to get there, but I don't know. Let's try to push and make some trouble with my pawn. Okay, that's a check. Because if he tries to push his queenside pawns, I don't know I can get out from here or not. Okay, this pawn takes is unstoppable. Okay, let's take with this pawn on f5 because that should be a little bit far from his king and he can't take right away, I'm gonna say. Takes. Okay, I believe we need even to do some pre-moves to not lose on time, at least. Can we push that or not? That was great game, I don't want even resign this. King f3, okay, I lost this. Very bad. Just I did one mistake and that game changed against me. Okay, if anyone wants to play, write in the chat. Okay, what moves? Let's play Vaina Gambit here. Okay, really aggressive. I don't like this variation against Vaina Gambit because that's opening really good squares, and when I am playing Vaina Gambit, I'm trying to bring my pieces like that, so that will attack on his white squares, which also very weak. Really can't castle, and we need to be really fast to win this game. I would like to bring my queen on activity, but you know his knight is main defender in his king side. I don't know is it a mistake or not. He's trying to cross this position and he's doing right because you know his king is still in the center that's not very well defended. And I'm trying to bring the knight and fork. If not, I can bring the bishop and check him, and he can't castle in some other way because his position is a little bit overextended. How is he gonna defend that? Okay, if everything gone not the best, please say about that to me. Okay, sacrifice sick, but really bad sacrifice, I'm gonna say. He opened the queen and g5 is hang. But you know, I took with the knight because I can't fork and take the rook. I'm going to do this, right? Okay, queen f3. I'm attacking on that bishop and actually defending. I think I trapped my queen. Okay, what a move. Is it trap? Takes. Can I get out from here? Really good trap. Oh, I could miss. Okay, there isn't a move that... Okay, that's the only move. I'm saving my queen. I'm saving my queen because I'm taking his queen. Okay, Kenan, what are you talking? Hello, bro. Bro, he's stockfish. No, I'm stockfish. I found that. You see? You see which move I found? Okay, queen g3, that was all move that protected my queen because you know I took that back. And anyway, I'm up a rook. I think my knight is trapped. Lemon Minecraft, hello, to remember me, Chess Fury. Yes, bro, I remember you. I am remembering all my followers. How are you, bro? I didn't see long time, I will say. It's probably why you why you think that I don't remember you. Okay, no problem. Don't worry, Kenan, but... Okay. No problem. I would like to bring my king on h2 and f4, even f3 to kick the bishop. Okay, now that can't work. I will lose that pawn. He's bringing very much attack. Okay, let's double our pawns on that center and some trades that should be great via up exchange. Or not. Okay, yes. What is he doing? We need to get out from here, right? I can't understand this move. Why he moved there? I'm attacking on the bishop and he forced to go back. If I take, everything should be defended. Take. Let's take the bishop. Let's take the dark square bishop because f4 and d4 is really great defended. Actually, I was very afraid from his knight to go on d4 and have this really great squares there. Even c2 pawn should be hang against some other. That's why I'm trying to kick his positions, to kick his figures from my position. And then d4 to undouble the pawns because the only way I did that to have d4 and now I have, yes, trades and d5, e5. Just I can try to open this center because I'm up 2 pawns and also on exchange. I don't need to take because my pawns should be doubled there anyway. And you know I'm up 4 points material. I can get some trade and reach really easy end game there. Even because this F file was his file, that's I'm trying to bring it back. If not, okay, trade, but that should be mine anyway. And that should be more easier to win this. Okay, let's kick the bishop and sacrifice this double pawn. Rook f7, his king side will be destroyed and his side pawns actually. e4 is under attack. Takes. Should be great, right? I would like to bring my rook on f7. If I bring there, just let's realize his bishop isn't protected. I will take this all pawns by pawn 1 and because I have really great pawn advantage, I will take all that from his position. Okay, I have really tricky moves there. Okay, not knight c8, please. Thank you. Because if knight c6, I can take and push my pawn on b7 and that should be queen there. I think even now. Bishop edit, but he's dead. Okay, he missed the knight and yes, I thought he will gonna miss that. That's why bishop a6 I played. Ah, bishop edit. Okay, I know that. Yes, because bishop in Armenian that's elephant. Anyway, let's see what is my opponent gonna play. I can play Scandinavian defense right now. Okay, finally he played takes, queen takes. Okay, no problem, another variation which I don't like so much. Simple trades I think in this opening say really cool. But anyway, knight f6 is 6. Okay, this pawn double and that won't be so hard to take that. That's why I'm not pressuring there more and try to defend. Castle. I would like to go bishop only 6 trades and open my rook, but I would gain 3 pawns in that diagonal, which I don't like. Bishop g4. What should he play? f3, that's really great defended. Probably some figure back. Okay, he chooses the bishop. And queen takes, even the rook. I will get this Well, I came back. 65 French Sicilian we have. Let's be sure everything okay or not and continue. Knight c6, get trades and d5. If not, takes d5, not problem. Okay, that's where it looks like French variation. That looks like French defense, I'm gonna say. Okay, if he takes g5, right? We have really great kingside attack, we can use this as advantage. h5, g4 and try to push. What should he play against that? Let's say really aggressive because I'm overextended my kingside and the queenside is also overextended. So where can I bring the king? That's another idea that I would like to know. This pawn is defended with different ways. Let's overprotect because I would like to bring my queen on b6 to pressure this central d4 and actually on b2. Okay, let's go there right away and bring the bishop queenside castle. Okay, don't be excited, 19 days is a lot and you can try to improve your chess more. Do not be so excited, okay? d4 is hang, well, he's protecting, but I would like to have this queenside and then we will see. Where bring the queen? e6. Oh no, e6. He will fork the queen. Queen d8 takes queenside castle. Okay. And even he can take g5 too. Now he can or not? That's because pawn takes, my rook should be hanged. Okay, not a problem. Pawn takes. What should I play? Rook g8? Okay, these diagonals are open for me and I can bring very much attack over there. Even bishop on c6 will do great job, but we need to be sure d5 won't kick the bishop from here. He can bring really great protection on there and make some trouble in my position. f6, I believe, really great move. His bishop is under attack and he bring it the way which is, you know, his bishop is attacked from here. Bishop f4 will be great move because I take, I will lose the rook. If not, he will take and make some trouble. Let's see is he gonna see that or not. Bishop f4 will be great, but what if g4? Rook g4 not, because if he takes, my queen should be under attack. Ah, okay. Excited, I would like... I understand, like, nervous. Okay, anyway. He takes f6 anyway, trust. Okay, he takes f6 just... I would lose the queen there because he would check with a bishop and my queen should be under attack on e7, right? Yo, it's me, Maserati. Remember? Yes, bro, I remember you for sure. Okay. Finally, we get this mate. I don't know why he blundered mate. In one, we played great. Even I'm gonna say played a little bit good than me, but not this mate is changing everything in this position. Okay, let's play another one. Ackerman mate. Asset. Okay, that's mate. Really great mate was. I didn't see that coming. I was reading the chat and I was surprised when I finished and I see he's gonna lose after one move, which we played really great game. But you know, Everything can happen. I'm trying Alien Gambit. If bishop g6, I will play Marchand Gambit there. Do you notice variation or not? Knight e6. Even if not pawn e6, I can just bring the knight on e6, you know? F takes e6, that should be a really bad position for him. Okay, anyway, I remove his defender on f7 and I'm gonna take another pawn. He has a position, I'm gonna say. He's up a figure, but anyway, his knight is under attack and he's trying to mate. That should be really tricky, you know? How can I defend here? I think you're not caring about it because I miss so many streams, it's okay. Bro, that doesn't matter for sure. Why am not caring? What are you speaking? I wish you win, but 19 test is more to say anything. You know? I wish you win that. And anyway, you will create more experience from there. That's the good part. Queen h6 blunders queen on one move like our last game. My opponent blundered mating one. They just one moves and that 1500 players missing. So don't resign if you are low rated and play against him even against 1500 even with tournaments. They can, why not? Okay, I'm happy to see my rookies on that e-file. It's doing a great job there. Knight g5 I would like to go, but queen is defending. If a6 I will take, not a problem. If d4 takes, I will attack on the knight. After take, we will lose exchange. If takes, even his bishop should be under attack. I think I'm gonna take a pawn from here. Yes, 99% I'm gonna take a pawn. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to prepare the tournament with your streams. I think you are doing right. If you want, we can play. Takes, I will get a pawn from here, right? If not, king e7. It should be a crazy move, but only way to defend this bishop. What is this move? Am I miss something or not? I believe not. f3. Queen takes f3. I think even he will lose figure or not after queen takes. For safety, I would like to take the vector. Because you know that should be pinned there. Okay, Kenan, next one I'm gonna play with you. Let's kick the knight on f66. How I said this pawn on e6 is gonna lose anyway. Well, I'm gonna take that. And by the way, I joined right now how I'm first. Before that, you actually wrote very much. Probably that's why. Okay, how can I not hang anything? Before he's under attack, but if he takes, can I take it easily or not? I think yes. I would like to go bishop g5 and take, make his pawns isolated. I would get to double and 3 isolated and his pawn structure will be very bad, but his knight can't jump and all that squares I'm Okay, thank you for that. Some problem. Can be. Okay, what's the idea I tried? No, he can take, but what else should I bring my bishop? Takes and knight b3 probably. Okay, he's trying to undouble this. Attack bishop. Is working so often, but anyway. Trades. I'm here. I don't want the trades, even I can take this pawn. I will lose the rook, right? Okay, what should I play? C3 first to trade or not? That's very tricky position. I don't know how can I get out from here. Can I pressure here or some other really great game there. Okay, knight a5 and his king can't go so far from this pawn. I'm pressuring that, and what's the idea? Okay, I have great idea. It takes knight c4, I will take the rook. Even d3 can work. Okay, he's playing great. Takes, pawn takes, I don't know. Let's pressure one more time there. Then on next one I'm going to play with you. Be ready. Pixie Chess. Hello bro. I'm fine, how are you? Takes, how I said we can't take. Takes, bishop takes, and I will lose the rook like that. So contextual double the pawn states. I was a little bit afraid from that, but anyway, but we can play if not that. That's actual position. We don't count our two passed pawns. Probably they wrote knight on d3. Okay, should be great idea because Ivan should be protected and he can't push that pawn forward. Thank you for that. I lost on time. Make an outpost. Okay. I lost on time. Anyway, thank you for that. How much is your elo? He's trying to trick. See, he's gonna play d5. Okay, I know this. What about me? Okay, I'm seeing something and I'm missing anything. Okay, please 1 minute. Okay, let's have this center. Is this gonna be mate or not? That should be really crazy mate. Let's see where he's gonna move the knight. Okay, a really crazy mate there was. See? Okay, Kenan, send me challenge. That was really crazy mate there, yes? I think I did mate like that one time, probably. Let's see how it was because he pushed that g-pawn 2 times. Okay, what is this? He's trying to trick, and if I take d5, my queen should be lost. Anyway, Kenan, where are you? Okay, Mazda Sarati, let's play with Kenan one game and then next one video, right? When I sent, it says you have sent many challenges. Okay, I'm sending you challenge. Mazda Sarati, I will play one game with him and then video, right? Is it okay? Okay, accept Kenan, I sent you. I'm speaking, I am thinking, I am playing chess, I am writing anyone with my phone, I am like Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, let's continue to play now I'm free. Trades. I would like this trade and d5. d5 trades, open the bishop. Knight f6 is coming and bishop d6, I think only move that I can bring the bishop. Trades, and that should be really good. Because this bishop has really great squares in my position for protect, and that's why I'm trying to trade. And another good idea that very much is they're defended from bishop c4, knight b5. That's all white squares are. That's why I'm so happy about my position. And okay, queenside castle isn't the best choice because this diagonal is open. I can pressure this more. Okay, that's a little bit lagging. I think you don't forget to follow my Twitch, which I'm doing really much streams there. Okay, queen b6 also defend the rook and attack on b2. Let's do this. Then d4, c5, c4. Okay, let's see. Need to keep our queen on the diagonal to actually not lose the rook. Knight c5, you can try to kick that, but you know b2 check and his king will be in the middle, which shouldn't be easy for him to play. That can be the reason. Yes, he's not missing anything. But why rook e1? Probably double the rooks. But c4 is coming and I'm trying to attack on the knight, which is protecting b2. I'm trying to remove pieces that are protecting his weak spots. That's b2 at this time. A really great position. I like this. C45 is overprotected and I don't need to worry about that. Okay, that's probably why he pushed on b3. What about c4? Okay, knight takes and bring the rook. Probably the rook from b8 because on this diagonal that isn't doing anything. Knight c5 and his bishop should be under attack. Let's do that first. Some pinning ideas that we need to notice. h5, okay, here bishop takes. g6 is cutting the bishop from my h7 square. Okay, sounds like with this star pass. Please wait. Okay. h7 is under attack, and I believe only way that I can defend and defend knight f6. And then we will see. This is protected and rook c8. Or can he bring more attackers under? If he sacrifices, that should be draw. He can sacrifice two pieces and make a draw. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that, but anyway, let's protect his up pawn, but his pieces are very much active on my king side. But who is gonna protect queen side? Even now I haven't really great attack there, and 94 trades and c2 I will try to mate there. If not, I will get mate from that h7. You see the idea I forgot to say. If I take the rook from h7 will be made anyway. Here trades rook h5 at that time won't work. Or even he can sack the rook to get that same position. Okay, not because we can take. Now rook h5 like he did. Now I don't know. I like this move so much. If I can lose this pawn, okay. Take queen a1 check and I will force his king to go on that d5, d2 I mean. And then rooks can jump. But if rook takes from e2, I don't know, can I take f2 or not? Okay, you are. You're really great, the game lost.